Yes, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey Amit, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Okay. Let's see. Who else is there? It's me, Hilal. I don't know who else is going to join though. Somebody joined it as Forward 3. I don't know who that is.
So just wait 2 more minutes and we'll start shortly.
Yeah, I'm just going to call a couple of people to let them know the group session already has started. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, so let's get started. Can someone please confirm that you can see my screen?
What do you have on your screen? We see as a cyberbullying web page.
No, you should have. So it's a black screen. You should see.
No, it's not there.
What you're seeing right now? No.
No, all you see it's a cyberbullying QA engineering group session. See the name of the organizer and the presenter.
No. Okay, give me 1 second.
I see the black screen. I see it.
I see it now.
See it now? All right.
Yeah.
You see that I'm typing right now?
Yes.
Okay. Good. All right. So let's get started. So, in last group, so today is our second group session, and in first group session we have discussed about the about JDK, JRE, JVM, and we discussed about Java keyword and Java operator. Actually, let me point it out here. So in our last session, we have discussed about Java. We have discussed about JDK. Can you please mute yourself if you are not talking? JVM and what else? We covered. So we have idea about IDE. We talked. Yes, Eclipse. We know what is IntelliJ. And what else we did? We talked about NetBeans. It's an IDE, same IDE. Then we covered. So we know about the project, how to open a project, how to open a package, and then how to open a class. And then we also have learned how to write a Hello World program. So actually, let me point it out here. So we have idea about project, package, and then class. And we have written the Hello World program. So let me note it down here. And what else? And then we talked about Java keyword. And then we talked about Java operator. And finally, we talked about Java type. And we have given few examples, and we have written few statements, and we played around those with those statements and executed those to see what is printed on the console. So those are the topics of the last group session. So do you guys want me to repeat those just to recap, or you want me to start with something new, or what questions do you have? What do you want me to do today?
I'll say you could briefly recap what we did from last class and then move into one next thing.
Sure. So we have given the idea about JDK. So let me point it out here again. That is important. So JDK stands for Java Development Kit. And then what? And JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. And then JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. So these are three important concepts to know. And IDE means so it's integrated development environment. So basically, we can actually write Java program using a simple text editor like Notepad, or in this case, like Sublime Text, or in Mac, we use TextEdit. So any kind of editor can be used to write a Java program. But if you write a big program, you can actually if you work on a big project, it's better to use an IDE like Eclipse or IntelliJ or NetBeans. These are some popular IDEs, but there are like hundreds of more. So those will help you to maintain your project, like to organize it and make your life easier. So that's the reason we use IDE to write our application or to write our Java code. So, but we actually can use any text editor to write our Java program. So that's the concept of IDE. And project, as I mentioned last time, so project, think about like files and folders. So what we do, like, let's say this is a folder right here. Or let me give you an example, like if you go to school, if you want to organize all of your files and folder, what do you do? Let's say you can make a folder, let's say my folder. So this is your folder, and inside of this, you can create multiple folders. Like you can tell work, you can tell like school, right? So these are your two folders, and in school you can actually break down with multiple. Let's say you are taking 3 courses in one semester. So let's say these are CSE 101 and CSE 102, CSE 103. So let's say you are taking these 3 courses in one semester, right? And whatever your professor gave in this course, you wanna note all your PowerPoint slide or any notes that are related to this course. You keep those under 101. And for another course, you keep your files and folder in. So you basically organizing your all files and folder in this manner. So you can think of exactly in that way. In this case, so my folder will be your project, right? And the package you can think of like 101, 102, 103. These are like packages, and under that you will keep classes, right? So those are your files and folders. That you do. So exactly same thing we are doing in a Java project. We are basically organizing all our files, jar files, folders, classes, everything. We are organizing. So the hierarchy will be like this. So under one project, there can have multiple modules, and then under one module, there can have multiple packages. Under one package, there will have multiple class, and under one class, we will have like class members, fields, and methods. But we did not. I haven't shown you those yet. But this is typical. This is the typical picture in a project. All right. So let's move to the Hello World program. So I know that every one of you knows how to write Hello World program. So as a beginner, what you have to do, you actually memorize this Hello World program. Without understanding anything, just blindly write Hello World. Just open a project, open a package, open a class, just create a class. Under that, write Hello World program. You don't have to understand what is public, what is a static and main. Just blindly type, and you should be able to write Hello World program within 1 to 2 minutes. So that's a very good start. So if you want to write a Hello World program, you have to create a project. Under that, you can skip module. Under that, you can create a package. You can also skip that. So under one project, you can basically create a class, and the Hello World program will basically look like public class. And you have to define a name of the class. Let's say the name of the class is Hello World, and you will start with a curly brace, followed by the ending curly braces, and inside. So this is the class body. This is the body of the class. It started from here and at here, right? And under that, we will write our main method. So how should we write our main method? Is public static void main string arguments. And here you can simply write your print line statement, that is system.out.println. You can simply say hello world or some other message. And if you execute the program now, the hello world should be printed on your console. So this is, I believe you guys are able to do it. But if not, you can try it now. Just open a project under that open a package, then create a class, then write this.
Can you
Yes,
can you please show us, because I kind of forgot. I mean, I kind of forgot. Like when you open Eclipse, right? How do you go about opening a package and then creating a opening up your Eclipse, creating a project, then package, and then class? Can you show us how do we go about doing this?
Sure. Yes. So that means you did not practice after last session.
No,
right?
I haven't. I'm sorry, I haven't. No.
Okay. So follow me. I'm doing. You can do along with me.
Okay.
So I'm opening IntelliJ.
I mean, when I
you
open
can
my
open
Eclipse,
Eclipse.
I already have a project open. So do I just cancel it out? Do I
Yeah,
cross it out?
just cancel it out. Just do it from scratch so that you know how to do it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I did something. Source. Can I share my screen, because I think I'm having a little bit difficulty over here.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so I tried to click something and then it just went away.
All right.
How do I bring a solution?
Click on file, and then click on close. Okay, so click on exit at the end. So now open Eclipse. Omid, also, download IntelliJ. It's a very great IDE to use. So, you can use either one, but I prefer IntelliJ. But you should follow whatever in your class. So I believe brother Tarek, he is doing Eclipse, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can also use Eclipse. All right, so now you have to create a project first, right? So click on file. Click on new. So Eclipse is little different than IntelliJ, and click on Java project. So right now you are creating a project, right? So now give a name. Let's say my project 2. And click finish. So now a brand new project will be created, right, in your Eclipse IDE. All right. So now, why I don't see your project? Click on where is view? Click on window right there. Editor, appearance. I don't see your left panel.
Yeah, I know. I clicked something. There was something on the left, the cross sign on it. I clicked it and it went away.
Okay.
So,
can you click underneath of the file? There is an arrow sign. Can you click there? What is that? No, not that. Okay. Where should we try? Click on project. Not there. No. A file, edit, navigate, search, project. All right. Not there. Click on file again. open project from file system. Can you click that? Nope. Okay, so let me Google how to. Give me 1 second. You can also Google.
Okay. I mean, we in UFT we call it Solution Explorer, and I know how to do it from UFT. You just go to View and then click on Solution Explorer, but I don't see.
Yeah, the view is not there.
Yeah.
So the UI is totally different. I usually use IntelliJ. I don't like Eclipse for some reason. So UI is totally different from IntelliJ.
The window the window opens on the left side, right? What do you call this? The window over here that opens on the left side.
Yeah, you can call it panel.
Okay. Panel.
Or you can also call it sidebar.
Sidebar?
Yeah. Okay, I believe I got it. So click on window and then click on show view. Click on window.
Show view.
Show view. Yes. Now click on the package explorer.
Yes, there you go.
Okay. So now your project is created. My first, okay. So yes, expand that. So now you have your project open. So now right click on source. And now you are creating what, package or class? Create a package, right?
Yes. So first project, okay, and then package, and after package is class, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So
now you can tell. Yeah, just name, let's say session 2. S should be lowercase. As I mentioned in last session, so this is the convention. Everything in the package name should be lowercase.
Okay. Finish.
Now click on finish. Yes. Now you have a package called session 2, right?
Okay.
1 second. So this is right click on project 2 again, please. Just click on new and click package now.
Click package.
Click on package. And write session 2 there. Okay. Click on okay. It says okay. All right. Yeah. So click on cancel. It's the UI is little different, so that's why I got confused. But it's, I mean, that's fine. Your package is created called section 2. Now right click on section 2 and create a class.
Okay.
And you can, let's say hello world.
Hey, I have a comment. You know, when you can create a class and create the package at the same time. Can you do that?
Again, please. What's the question?
You know, when you go to a source, you right click and you say new class. You can do class and package at the same time. Define it.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, you can create a class under a project. You don't need a package.
Yeah. So no, like if you go to source, you see how we have the package up on the top. So we can do it. We don't have to do the previous stuff. We can just do it here. That's it.
Okay, you want to do it at the same time?
No, I'm just saying. We have an option. We can just do it when we create the class. We can name both the package and the class.
Okay. All right. So if there is, I mean, again, those are features of IDE. So if you use different IDE, has different features.
Yes.
So you can, I mean, these are like features of IDE. So multiple IDE, allow you or provide multiple features. So you can use advantage of those, but those are not part of the language, Java language. All right. So yes, thanks for your comment. So now click on finish.
I just put the camel case. This camel case is fine over here.
Yes.
And can
so
I
in
just
the class name?
yes.
Yeah.
So quick question, right? When you create a project, you can put as camel case, it's fine. But when you create like after a project that's package has to be a lowercase case. But for class, you can put it as camel case, right?
Yes. So the style to write the class is the first letter of every word should be capital.
Okay. Can I also click this so then I don't have to type it every time? Public static void.
No.
Okay.
No, don't click there.
Okay, just click finish.
Click on finish.
Okay.
Yes. Even I suggest you to remove line 1 to 6 and then type yourself.
Okay.
Okay. So now write the hello world program. So first line should be since we have a package, first line should be the package statement.
Okay. First line should be the package statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
the package statement, like the keyword package.
I'm sorry?
Followed by the package name. The keyword package, write the keyword package. PACKAGE.
Package.
Mm-hmm. A space, and the package name. So what is our package name? Package name is
session 2.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then semicolon. All right. Now you have to define a class. So how to define a class? Actually, I can share my screen so that everyone can follow.
Okay, sounds good.
Sure.
Thank you.
No problem. Brother Halal, are you following us?
Yes, I'm following you. Yes.
Okay. If you got stuck, please let me know so that I can see your screen. All right. So in my case, I'm using IntelliJ. So I am creating a project first. Next. So I'm doing the same. The project name is what was the project name for Amit?
My project 2.
My project 2. So my project 2. So now I have my project, and now under my project, I'll create a package.
Session 2.
Let's say session 2, and then I'll create my class. All right. So now we are learning how to write the package statement, right? So package statement should be written the keyword package. So this is a Java keyword, right? So in our last session, I have given the list of Java keyword, right? So these are the list of Java keyword, right? So here, actually bring it down to here. So here, if you will find the package keyword inside of Java keyword. So we have around how many keyword we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we have total 50 keyword in Java, right? And here the package should be a keyword. I'm looking for that keyword here. Here.
Can you copy them in the chat so we can put them in our notes?
It's
sure.
it's already.
I will also give this note at the end of the session, so you will get this note. Is that fine? Okay, sure. So this is a keyword of Java, right? Package. So how we can how we write a package statement? So it's a keyword package followed by the package name. In our case, the package name is session 2, right? So this is a package statement. Now we have to define our class. So how to define a class? a class can be defined with the keyword class followed by the class name. And who is providing that class name? You and me are providing the class name, right? The class name is not the part of the Java keyword, right? I mean, there are some built-in classes in Java. I'm not talking about those. So the class name that we are giving, that is user defined. That means you and me are user, right? So for Omid, he gave the name of the class was what was the name of the class? Hello World. So I can do the same. So it's a keyword class followed by Hello World. And in every class there should be at least one public class. So I'm making this as public, right? And now I can claim that this is a proper way to define a class. Public class Hello World, right? So far so good, right? So we have our class written. Now what we do is we will write a main method instead of this class. So can you guys do that, or you want me to do it? I think Brother Tarek I have shown also in my last session. So can you write a main method inside, and then under that write a print statement that will print Hello World? Who can do that? Or can you please help me to do it?
System.out.
Yes, Shaun.
System.out print
First we have to write the main method, right?
Yeah.
So how can we write the main method?
Actually, I forget that thing.
I think I remember something along the line with print. I'm sorry, public, and then you write something argument, but you don't write argument. ARUGS, something like
public.
That. Public, and then
Static.
Static, yes.
Void. Main. String. Argument, right? And now I'll write my print statement, right? So it's system.out.println, and here you will write the whatever you want to print.
So quick question, right?
So
when, I'm sorry.
Yes. Sure. Go ahead.
So public class Hello World, and then okay, so question is, like, when you wrote this public static void main, and then in first parenthesis you wrote a string, so is it like case sensitive, like string, when you wrote can I write string as with this lowercase, or no, I have to follow, like, with the S is capital and then the rest is, like, lowercase?
Without this, so this is user defined, right? You and me, wrote this, right? So without this and this and without this, everything has to be exactly like this.
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat again? Without number, line number 1, 3, and
so
7.
Without,
right?
No. Without, actually, in this case, we have to write this, right? Because we have only one package, so it should be session 2. This we have already given the name Hello World, so we cannot tell now. Let's say I cannot tell just hello. It will give me an error, right?
Yes.
So because this is under Hello World, and here basically except this, everything has to be exactly the same.
Okay, so this is okay, got it. So you're saying that, okay, the string, the way you wrote, and then you put like a third bracket, and then you put space, and then you wrote ARGS. So it exactly has to be right that way, and you have to follow the same method in meaning. So this is case sensitive. So I cannot write string as lowercase s string. S has to be capital, right?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so can all of you remember this 3 lines before next session?
Before next, I'm sorry.
What?
Say that again.
Before next class or next session, I want all of you to remember these 3 lines. So that's the beginning of learning Java.
Yes,
so
I can.
You
I think.
just have to.
Mhm. Sorry,
So
I think
after
I can do that.
Sure. So after the session, just write this code maybe 20 times, 30 times, 40 times. Just do it. Just remember this. You don't have to understand what is public. You don't have to understand what is static and all. Just blindly remember these 3 lines. 1 line, 2 line, 3 lines. Okay. So that
I have
will
a
help you a
question.
lot. Yes.
So line number 3, public class hello world. The hello world is the class name.
So this is the name of the class
Okay, yeah, I got
right
it.
here.
Yeah.
Right? Any other question? So now, did everyone able to print hello world in the console? Who still did not able to print hello world?
Sorry, I'm still typing. I should be done like in 1 second. I'm done.
Okay. Sure. Yes, can everyone do that, please? We can
Yes.
wait.
Run as okay. Yes, I'm good.
Okay. Who else? Brother, hello. Brother Shaun.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good too.
Let me ask you this. So every time we write a program, so the package, the public class, and this statement, the public static void main, always has to be there.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
We know last time you mentioned the semicolon has to be after like a complete whether code complete sentence or something. The bracket.
Okay.
When, how about the bracket? When do we? Because I see you have like here 4 brackets. When do we do the bracket?
Which line?
Like for example, you have like this bracket. You have 4 brackets, right? You open the bracket twice, right? You open it after
Line
hello.
number 3.
Yeah, public class hello world. Then you open that bracket, right? And then you did the public static void mainstream.
So no. I mean, think about this way. Okay, I'm taking this line out. Okay. So this bracket started here and ended here, right?
Yes.
So this is the body of the. This is the body of the class.
Of the class.
So now, yes, this is the body of that. I mean, this is the body of this class, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I have this, if I take off this line, that means, this is called method. So the body of the method started from here, ended here. So line number 6 and 7 is the body of the this method.
Okay.
Right. So anything you write inside of this body is the part of this method, and anything you write inside of this body,
yes.
Let's say I have 5 other methods. Let's say I have 5 other like this, right? So these
Yes.
all are part of this class, right? And
Yes.
whatever inside of this body is part of this main method. Is the concept clear now?
Yep, I get you.
Okay. All right. Did everyone able to print hello world program? Is
Yes.
there anyone who did not able to print hello world? Okay, so sounds good. Now, okay, so we successfully able to print hello world program, which is right here, and Java keyword is the list of keywords that I have shown last time. So these are the list of Java keyword, and Java operator also I have shown from here, right? So if you go to this URL, you will be given a list of Java operator. So these are called the Java operator. Or I mean, throughout the course, we will use some of this. Like so far, we have used this assignment operator. So far we have used this additive sign, right? So we will use a lot of this throughout the course. So you will be seeing those later. What else? So let me take it out from here and put it back to here, just organizing into one thing. So these are the topics. Okay. And this is the definition of base IDE and then project, and we have written the Hello World program, and then these are the list of Java keyword. These are the, here you will find the Java operator. What else we have? And then Java type. So last time we mentioned about Java type, right? So there are 8 primitive types in Java. Those are this. So let me put it down here. Right? Java types. All right. So we can go over this again, but do you guys want to stay here, or you want to show something new today? What do you guys want?
Can you help me, because like I started right now, I couldn't do it on time. Like let's say if I want to create a class like Hello World, I do I have to name it, or is his name package? I understand it says org.cyberbullying training Java, but for source folder, do I rename it?
I'm not clear about your question. So you have created a project. Now you want to print Hello World. Is that your question?
I haven't done anything since the last class,
Okay.
last Sunday class. So I was trying to see whatever, how you created a new, it's not action, I guess it's
Project.
a new class.
Okay.
Oh, you created a new project? Okay, I didn't know. I thought you were just, how would I go about creating a new project then?
Okay. So follow me. I can do that again. You can follow me.
So first I when I first open my Java scripting.
I can hear some noise. If you can mute, if you're not talking, please mute yourself. Yes, Selena.
Sorry.
So,
Yes, that was me. My kids were talking in the
it's
background.
coming from your
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm in my first Java project. I'm there now, and whatever we typed in last Sunday, like Hello World. Let's say if I want to create a new one, how do I go about starting a new one?
So open Eclipse. Okay, first of all, close your Eclipse. Click on File. Can I see your screen? Can you
Sure, if you
share
give
your
me the
screen,
permission.
please?
Yes.
Sure. Right. So now, click on Cancel. Click on File, and then click on Exit. Okay. You can actually do it from here. Yeah, you don't have to exit. Click on Java project, and then write my project 2. It can be any name. So write my project 2, and click on Finish. Now expand my project 2, and right click on source. Select new, and then click on package. Now write a package name. It can be let's say session 2, and everything has to be lowercase. Not has to be, is a convention. So write session 2, and click on Finish. Now right click on session 2, select new, and click on class. and give a class name. Let's say hello world. And click on finish. I mean, don't click there. Don't click on public static void main. Just take off that. And click finish. Okay. Now delete line 1 to 6. Okay. Now you have to write the hello world program here. I mean, hello world program here. So what I suggested, you have to memorize these 3 lines, right? Okay, so you are good. Can I take off your? Do you have any other question? If not, I can share my screen.
No, and so so this is the project. My project is the project. Then we have to create a package, correct? And then we have to create a class. Is that how it goes for every project that we do?
Yes.
For every.
So
Okay.
yes,
That's
so
what I was kind of trying to understand.
At the beginning of the session, I explained how that works. So basically, we create files and folder in our computer, right? And we keep files are one folder, then we keep other. We create some subfolders, and under that we create some other subfolders, right? And then we keep our files and folders. I mean, all the files there we organize in our own way, right? In the same way you are doing here. You can create another package under one package, right? So it depends on your how you want to do it. But the big picture is under one project there can have multiple modules. Under one module there can have multiple packages, and under one package there can have multiple classes, and under one class there can have multiple fields and methods. So I have given some notes in the Blackboard. You can also refer those since you missed the first half an hour. So I have explained there how it works. And now what I want you to do, you have to write the Hello World program here. So you basically have to memorize those 3 lines. If you not, at the end of the session, just write this Hello World program at least 20-30 times, so that you just blindly remember those 3 lines without understanding anything. So that's the very good start of learning Java. So once you confidently can write the Hello World program, you can go to the next step. Is there any other question, Selena?
No, that's good. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, so I'm taking off the screen. All right, so here in the note, let me show you again. So here I have given some note, whatever I told. So project, module, packages, class, and then field method. But don't worry about this. I have not discussed about this yet. And this portion of code must, all of you should remember these 3 lines exactly like this, and able to print Hello World program within, like, it has to be like piece of cake. You have to able to, you should be able to write these 3 lines within 2 minutes, like opening a project, opening a package, create a class, write these 3 lines, and print Hello World. All right. After that, we discussed about the Java keyword and Java operator. And last session, I have shown the primitive types of Java. So do you guys want me to teach you some new topics today, or you want me to just stay here, or just practice more about Hello World?
Can you practice more?
I didn't hear. Was that hello, Selena?
I was gonna say no, but she said we need to practice more. So whatever the class was.
So okay, so both. All right. So how about me, Shaun?
hey, you are in charge of this class, okay? You tell us, we do it, okay? That's how it goes.
So now, no, actually the problem is we did not have any class on last Saturday. So we had the class only on Sunday, right? And Sunday was unfortunately the first class. So you guys did only the installation and just learned how to print Hello World. So there are not much to teach. So, but the group session is the repetition of the class session. I mean, whatever Brother Tarek will cover in class, actually I will repeat those. So that was the structure. That's the reason I'm asking you guys, should I show you some new stuff or not?
You know, you've been in the business. Okay, so my interpretation is you've been in the business for so long, right? And you're somewhat helping us, like, during our group session, right? So what do you think we're gonna need for our next class to succeed, right? So, like, whether be it to learning new stuff or whether be it to practice whatever we learn. That basically last week we didn't learn anything because we installed stuff, right? But like, if you would take this into consideration, like, just do what's best for us in order for us, like, that would prepare better for the next class. So that's would be great for us, I guess.
Okay. So
But I
basically,
also
what we have
I
learned,
agree.
yes.
I agree with Amit, but at the same time, let's say, what if I am happen to be one of those students who couldn't join the group session, because I know these two sessions that we joined, we didn't have a lot to practice. But going forward, what if I'm one of those students who couldn't join the group session, but yet you're teaching something new? So when Sunday class comes, we will be in different level, each one of us, right? Because not everybody joined the group session. So that's why I was like, how are you guys going to meet everyone's needs or level? So if I mean, we can move forward, no problem. But at the same time, what's going to happen when Sunday comes? Some of us will be in higher level than rest of us. Are they going to repeat everything what we have learned in group sessions?
All right. So, okay, I understood. So let me do it in this way. So, so far I have recapped this up this point. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, and last session I have shown Java type, which was these 8 types, right? So let me recap those in a different way. So that will be the good idea, I believe. So we are not covering anything new, but we are doing primitive type, but in some other way. I mean, I will introduce you guys with Java statement. We did that in last session, but I never mentioned that in this way. So just follow me. So Java statement. Let me create a separate portion here. So in Java, there are 3 kinds of statements. What are they? Number 1 is called expression statement. Number 2 is called declaration statement. And number 3 is control flow statement. We did these 2 in our last group session. Expression statement and declaration statement we did in last session. So what is declaration statement? Let me write the definition of declaration statement, then you can recall that you did that. Declaration statement is declare a variable by specifying its data type and name, right? So what is this? Declare a variable by specifying its data type and name. So last session we have declared variable, right? So how did we declare a variable? So to declare a variable, as I mentioned in my last group session, you have to mention the type of that data, right? So let's say if I want to declare, let's say X, I want to keep number 10 inside of X, right? So so basically I am declaring a variable. So this is called variable. What is a variable? The place where I can store my value is called variable, right? So in this case, X is a variable. So now in Java, you cannot simply write X. Before that, you have to mention its data type. So let's say if I want to keep a number, and if I want to make it int type, I have to write int, right? And as I mentioned, semicolon has to be there to indicate that this is the end of a statement, right? So in this case, this can be called as declaration statement. So again, what's a declaration statement? Declaration statement is declare a variable by specifying its data type and name. Two things, right? Where is its data type? Right here, int. What is name? Name is this X, right? So data type has to be one of this for the purpose of primitive type. So one of this, which is in this case int, and the variable name is X right here. So is there any confusion about declaration statement? If someone asks you what is declaration statement, can you guys tell? Okay. If you understand, then can someone tell me another example of a declaration statement? Who can tell?
Byte X.
Byte X. Excellent. Can anyone else? An example of declaration statement.
Short.
Yep.
X.
Short. It can. I mean, we can name
X, Y,
anything,
Z,
right? Can you name it some other?
right? X, Y, Z, anything.
Short one.
I mean, can it be one? It cannot be one. Okay, I will tell you why it cannot be one. All right, I'm coming to that point later. But can you name with something else?
Z.
One would be the value, right?
Not for that reason. I'm coming to that point. And it can be multiple letter, right? It doesn't have to be only one letter, right? So in this case, this is the name of my variable, right? So okay, so Selena, can you tell me something? A name.
Short X1.
Excellent. All right.
What does
And
short
can
stand
anyone
for?
else?
What does short stand for? Short.
So short, byte, short, int. So these are considered as integer. Short can keep up to 16 bits, which is up to, there is a number limitation. So byte can keep 8 bits, short can keep 16 bits, and int can keep 32 bits. What is that?
Someone says something, but is it just a variable? Like you can define it like to be any number.
No,
like...
no, it's not a variable, right? So these are called primitive types. So there are 8 primitive types in Java. What are they? You just remember this.
Those are kind of built in. You just have to memorize it, like kind of like formula.
Right. So these are like the type, the data type. What is the meaning of data type? What is data actually? Data is your data, like information, right? So let's say my name is Alam. So Alam is the data, right? Let's say your age is 30. So 30 is the data, right? So in Java, they organize they created some types like I cannot keep my name alarm inside of byte. I cannot tell int x equals alarm.
Right.
I cannot tell it.
Yes.
Right, because this variable can keep only this type of data. What is the type of data? Int type of data. Right?
Integer.
So if I want to keep alarm, what type of data I should declare? Who can tell?
String.
Exactly. A string, and then what?
A string. Then you do I think parenthesis, right? And then quote and something. You do.
No, why? Why you should follow the exactly same structure, right?
X
I
equal
mentioned here, right? Huh?
String X equal alarm.
Exactly. Excellent. So now
Okay.
we can. So now alarm can be kept inside of X, because now in this case X is a string type variable, right? So is the concept clear now? Okay. Any one more example about so right now we are not learning the assignment. We will come to that point after time. We are learning about the declaration statement, right? So how to declare a statement, how to write a declaration statement? Declare a variable by specifying its data type and name. So we are declaring a variable by specifying its data type and name, data name. So one more example, who can give?
Double. Y.
What's that?
Double.
Double
Y.
Y semicolon, right? So
Yes.
this can be called as declaration statement. So now come to expression statement. So what is expression statement? So expression statement is assigned to a variable which evaluates single value, right? So what does that mean actually? All right. So now now that we know what declaration statement is, so after declaring, our second job is to keep a value inside of that variable, right? So now we want to keep a value inside of this variable, correct? So it's saying assigned to a variable which evaluate a single value. So now if I write here expression statement, so before what we did, we have declared a variable. Now our second job is we want to keep a value inside of this, right? So let's say I want to keep number 1, right? So this can be called as expression statement assigned to a variable which evaluate a single value. So basically we are assigning number 1 inside of this variable using this assignment operator, right? Again, we are assigning this value inside of this variable using this assignment operator, and it's ended by this statement syntax, right? So this portion of code can be claimed as expression statement, right? So who can now let's say byte x equal something, right? So now I want to write an expression statement and I want to keep a value inside of this variable. Who can help me do that?
So by then now you can put x equal Selena. Or actually that has to be number, right? It has to be number?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
13.
It has to be number, right? Yes.
Yeah, 13.
13. All right. So what byte short actually let me write it down here. So these are called integer, int also integer, and long is also integer, float is called float, double is float, char is a single Unicode character. Boolean is either true or false, and string is string, right? So yeah, Selena, so you was confused, you were confused about what is actually byte, right? So remember this way. So integer, what is integer? Integer is whole number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, right? These are called integer, right? So these first four, byte, short, int, and long, you can keep only integers, like the whole number, right? And what is float and double? And what is float and double? So float. So here I have written float. So what is float? Float is the decimal portion. Whenever we write like 5.5, so 0.5 is a decimal value, right? So you can keep decimal value in a float system, in a float type. So these two can be considered. These two are the actually float. You can handle decimal value inside of this type. So again, this 4 is integer. These two are float. And then what is char? Char is single Unicode character. What does that mean? So char, I can give you an example here. If you go to ASCII code, you will find here, right? So can you see my screen? I think this is not clear. Okay. Can you see here? So these are called char. What is char? Char is character. As you can see here, A, B, C, D, E, F, right? So these are, so you can basically keep a single character. What is an example of single character? Let's say A or B, or let's say B, or it can be star, it can be question mark, it can be hyphen. So these can be, considered as character, a single letter. It doesn't have to be letter, a single character.
It can also be a number as well, right? Single number.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it can be 0, it can be A, it can be capital A, it can be basically any character. It can
but
be
it couldn't be a float, correct?
It cannot be 12, exactly, right. You are right. It cannot
No,
be.
I said it cannot be a float.
Yes.
No, it
is a
cannot
single
be
character.
Float is not a
Float is a
character.
decimal, right?
Decimal,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
Float
it
is a
couldn't be
decimal
2 digit, it has to be 1 digit.
Right.
So pretty much 0 through 9.
Yes, 0 to 9, and then all other, right? So in this picture, what you can see, 0 to 9, you can see some symbol here, then capital A to Z, then lowercase a to Z, then even a space can be considered as a character, right?
Yes.
And then this hash sign. So all these 0 to 9, all these can be considered as characters, right? So this is character. So what is Boolean? Boolean is either true or false, right? What is that? It can be either true or false, just like yes or no. Like you have to write the keyword true or false, yes or no, black or white, like that. We'll come to that point. And what is string? String is like, who can give me an example of string?
I got it.
Okay, what is that? Oh, I mean, what is the example of a string?
You
I
can
got it. Okay, you said I got it. All right. Okay, so
I'll try.
string.
I'll try. Okay, now you're scaring me. Double quote, yeah,
So,
and then
so you,
yeah.
You said I got it, right? So I got it. It can be considered as a string, right? And what you can keep inside of a string value, you can keep as many, as long. I mean, it can be like
Anything, pretty
here.
much anything.
Yeah,
Anything.
pretty much everything.
Letters,
Like
number,
thousands, like
character.
right.
Infinity, there is no limit.
Yes. So now, all right. So now we have basic idea about what are primitive types and how they look like. Now who can tell? Okay. So we come up to this point. Who can give me an example of double? I mean, not the double actually. So now, before we have learned declaration statement, now we are learning expression statement, right? So what is expression statement? Assign to a variable which evaluate a single value, right? So now I want to keep something inside of y. What should I do?
Y equal to 1.1.
Excellent. So this can be called as the expression statement. This is declaration statement, right? Who can give me an example of what we covered? We covered int, we covered byte, double. How about the string? Did we cover a string? No. So how can I declare a string here? Who can tell? I want to declare a string variable.
So string name.
Excellent. All right. And now I want to assign a value inside of name.
X z equal name or z equal Amit.
Why
No,
is the equal?
it should be name
Why
equal
is
Amit
equal?
or equal
Oh,
Selena.
okay. Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Let
yeah,
Selena talk.
name equal Amit or name equal any, like we can put it
Yeah. So
inside
you declare a variable called name,
with
right?
name,
So
right? Yes.
we can keep the name equal what?
Selena.
Double quote.
So can we keep Selena in this way, or we should write quotation mark?
We have to put a quotation between double quote.
Exactly. So in Java, string has to be inside of quotation mark. You just have to remember that or memorize it. In Java, string has to go inside of the quotation mark. Right. And this statement has to be ended with a statement syntax, which is semicolon. All right. So now, what else? Who can give me an example of char? How to declare a char variable?
Char x equals 1 or anything.
So can we keep
A,
one in this way, or so is okay? So in char, are we using this double quotation or not?
no.
No.
So what we should use? In
The
char,
semicolon.
we have to use single quotation. Single quotation.
Okay.
Again, you have to remember that same as string. So string always has to have to go inside of double quotation mark, and char will be always inside of single quotation mark, right? And what we are missing here now?
Closing statement, the semicolon.
Semicolon, exactly. All right. So we covered int, byte, double, string, char. How about boolean? Who can give an example of boolean?
I got it.
You got it?
I think so. I'm gonna say a boolean, type boolean,
Okay.
space, bool status.
Is it a status?
I know. I said bool status.
Bool?
Bool status. Yeah.
Can you
BOOL.
spell it?
BOOL. That's it. Yeah, bool status. And then you put a you can assign a value, say bool status equal to true or false.
Excellent. Okay. So it can be either true or false. Can it be anything else?
No.
No, it cannot be anything else. It has to be true or false. Can I write in this way?
Yes.
No. It's a keyword. It has to be exactly like that. Right? It's a Java keyword. You will find that here somewhere. True, false. Is it actually? Can you see true, false here?
No.
Okay. So so then that is not the part of keyword. That is the literal. Okay. Let me find it. Google it quickly. Okay, it says it seems like keyword, but this is not keyword. Those can be considered as the literal keyword. Not true, false. Yeah. So no, true and false are literal. So what is literal? We will explain that later. But just know that it has to be either true or false. It cannot be anything else. All right. So now we have knowledge of all these types. Yes.
So in this case, I could write false starting F with the uppercase, right? And I should be fine.
No, you cannot. It has to be true. It has to be exactly like this.
Okay.
Either like this or true. You
Got
cannot write like this or like this. Right? This is wrong. All right. So now what we have discussed so far, we have discussed all these primitive types, and now we know what is expression statement, and we know what is declaration statement, and we know how to define those, right? Can these two lines can be written in one line? Yes or no? These two lines.
Yes.
How can I write that?
So int x space x space equal sign space 1
equal 1
and semicolon.
Excellent. Okay, so this we are basically what we did. These two lines can be written in one line. This is called inline declaration. You don't have to remember all this term, but these two lines can be written in one line. Who can help me write these two lines in one line?
Byte x equal 13.
Excellent. Who can help me write these two lines in one line?
Double
Anyone
y
else?
equals 1.1.
Can someone else help me write these two lines in one line?
I can if nobody else is going. It's string name equal quotation, double quote. Inside there, you can put Selena.
Excellent. Anyone else help me write this line in one line?
I'll take it if there is no taker. Okay.
Sure.
Char x equal 1 single quote semicolon.
Char equal 1
single quote That's it.
What? No, there is something
Oh
wrong.
no,
Check it.
I'm sorry.
Check again.
X. Sorry, my bad. X.
Okay.
And then
And how about this?
Boolean bool status equal false semicolon.
Okay. Excellent. So now we have, we know, I mean, these two, we are very clear about these two, right? And as I promised, so someone mentioned why, what variable name, right? This X, right? So someone just asked me, like, can I do like that? Int 1 equal 100. Can I do like that? Right? Someone just asked me, like 10 minutes ago.
Yes, we can do that.
So can we do this?
I think so.
No, we cannot do this. So because there is some rules and regulations. So now let's talk about that. I think that is also important. So here we are naming this as X, right? The name of the variable in this case is X. Here we also written X. Here we define as Y. Here name, and here also X. Here also bool status. So actually, what is the rule? What we can write and what we cannot write. So what can go inside of the variable name? That is the topic, right? So variable name. So this is wrong. So can be the combination of the following, right? So they can be A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U, then V W X Y and Z, right? And 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what else? And underscore. Then what else? And I think one more. There was
Dash.
Nope, that cannot go there. I think that
What's
is all.
it greater? What is greater than or equal to?
No.
Were they there? They weren't there.
No, I think that is all. But as far as I can remember, let me think. There should have one more symbol. I'm trying to recall. It can be
Ampersand.
Number. What is that?
Asterisk.
Ampersand.
No.
Asterisk.
What is that?
Asterisk, the star sign.
No, I'm not. Okay. We'll check. I believe it is question mark, but we will double check. Okay. So basically, this can be the part of the variable name. So who can create a name with the combination of this part right here? So let's create some name with the combination of this symbol, right? So let me quickly find Java Oh, okay, $sign. All right, got it. I wrote question mark, right? All right. Okay, so $sign can be the part of the variable name. Okay. Now, can you help me write a name with the combination of this?
My capital M.
My?
Yeah, uppercase M. No. Uppercase M. M for mother. Yeah. My
Okay.
underscore project P capital underscore
Okay.
1.
Okay. All right. So this excellent. So this is an example of a variable, right? Anyone else? Give one more example. So as you can see, all these letters are included here, right? So this is a valid variable name, right? Can someone else give me one more example of a variable name?
Java underscore
Okay.
class.
All right. Excellent. So this is an example of another variable name, right? Anyone else with like any other combination? It can be anything, right? With the combination of this symbol. One more example. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Capital S.
Capital S.
TR.
TR.
Capital E.
What's that?
Capital E.
Capital E.
RR.
RR.
OR.
OR.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so now I will type something and you will let me know that you will tell me if that is right or wrong. Okay, so is this a valid or invalid variable name? Excuse me.
Valid.
Valid. Okay. Okay. So how about this?
Valid. Valid.
Okay. How about
valid?
Okay. How about
valid?
Okay.
Still valid.
Okay.
Valid. 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 Valid.
Okay.
Not
Is it
valid.
valid or invalid?
Not valid. There is a semicolon there.
Okay. How about now?
Is valid.
Okay. Now, okay. So how about this?
Is valid.
So this is invalid because can you tell me why this is invalid? Can someone tell me why this is invalid?
Selene explained it earlier in the chat box. If you say int 1 equal to 1000, 1 cannot equal to 1000. So if you say int x1 equal to 1000, that makes sense. You can just say int 1 equal to 1000.
That is not the proper reason. The proper reason is the variable name. I mean, it's a rule, it's a convention. So variable, I mean, not the convention, sorry, it's a rule. So variable name cannot be started, C-A-R, started with a number. So you just have to remember this. So variable name cannot be started with a number. So since this name is started with a number, right? 1. So let's say, is it valid or invalid?
Invalid.
Invalid.
Because this variable name is started with a number. The variable name, basically, whenever you write a number in front of any of this name, it will become invalid because of this exception right here. And there is one more exception. So can you tell me, is it valid or invalid?
Looks like look of it is valid.
Okay, yeah, this is valid, right? This is just some letter, right? So it's included here, right? How about this?
Invalid, because it's going to conflict with the line we wrote earlier, public static void. Can be like that.
Excellent, excellent. So variable name cannot be Java keyword, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. And there are no other things. So what you have to remember? So you can include capital A to Z, lowercase a to Z, then underscore and $sign. With any combination of this can be a variable name. And there are only 2 exceptions. First exception is it cannot start with a number, and the second exception is it cannot be a Java keyword. Except that you can make and how big it can be. Who can tell how big it can be? Anyone? So yes, please proceed. How big it can be?
I'm gonna take a wild guess. Cannot be more than 26 characters.
No, the answer is it can be unlimited. I mean, like it can be thousands, million, or trillion. As long as your memory or your computer support, that is good. It will be fine. Okay. So now we have understood all the rules and regulation of variable naming, and also most important thing. So what is the convention to write a variable name? So variable name should always start with a lowercase letter. In this case, let's say this is, even though a valid, this is not following Java convention. What does convention mean? Convention means translation, right? So we are not following Java convention here because it should
So I'm
start.
sorry. Say that again. Say that again. What does convention mean?
Like suggestion.
Oh, okay.
Like just like recommendation.
Like rule of thumb.
Okay, it's not by the like coding ethic, like nobody does it, like kind of like that kind of like thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, nobody does it. I mean, variable should start with a lowercase. I mean, in first look, you have to understand what it is. Let's say if you tell me, let's say I'm a programmer. If you tell me what is this, I will tell this is a class name, because the convention of class name is class name should start with a capital letter, right? So if we go to like the Java Hello World that we have written, right? Hello World example. So if I tell you class name should always start with uppercase, right? So now can you tell me, is there, can you tell me which of these words are class? Is there any class name here? Who can tell?
Sorry, I didn't get a question.
The question is, in this portion of code, do you see any class?
Yes, hello world.
Okay, this is hello world. So how did you recognize? Because the first letter is capital. That's how you recognize that this is a class. Can you see any other class in this portion of code? Yes, no?
Can you repeat the question?
No.
Okay, so let me go to my Eclipse actually, right here. My question was, so class name always starts with a capital letter. Again, class name should start with a capital letter, right? So in this portion of code, do you see any word that started with capital letter? So Sean told that this is a class name because H is capital. That's how he recognized that this is a class name. This is a class, right? So do you see any other word that started with a capital letter?
Except for the one we just printed.
No.
I can see here. So S is capital here, right? No? S is capital, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So now here, string can be considered as a class. Just remember that any time you see a word that started with a capital letter, that is a class.
So does that mean system also is a class? System.out?
Exactly. Excellent. Yes. So system is also a class because this letter is capital. Is there any other?
Same line, the hello world.
The string, yeah.
So only these three, right? And we don't have any other word that started. These are inside of quotation marks, so we cannot consider this. We can correct if this is a string. So in this portion of code, I can see three class: hello world, system, and string. This can be considered as a class. So even though I don't see this code, if you can write this here, let's say, if you write hello world, and if you ask me what is this, in first look I can tell that this is a class. If I tell you what is this, what you will tell me? This is a class, right? It started with a capital letter. So in the same way, whenever you see like that, you will call that this is a variable name. This is not a class name. Even though you are not seeing this word inside of the code, in first look, you can tell that this is a variable name, right? Right here, A. So this should be a variable. Did you get that point? So that's why we should follow the Java convention. If we follow the Java convention, in first look, even though you are, just think of this way: you are browsing through hundreds lines of code, right? So, and whenever you see a word in first look, you can tell that what it is, right? So, what is the convention of a variable? The first word, the first letter should be lowercase, right? And the and after that, every first letter should be capital. So let's say my house. So here A should be capital. My house, let's say, is very big. So this is how we should write a variable name. Like every except the first letter. So first letter has to be lowercase. After that, the first letter of every word should be capital letter. Is there any question?
Can you make them all small letter or no?
What?
My house is very big. Can you make them all lowercase letter or no?
So if you make, okay, my house is very big. So if you now ask me what is this, I will tell that this is a package name. Because what is the convention to write a package name? The convention of writing a package name is everything has to be lowercase.
So
Right?
I see. So we can differentiate between a class, package, and a variable. So yeah.
Exactly. So who can tell what is this? What is this?
Class.
Is this? Yeah, it is a class because the first letter is a capital, right? So it's very easy to understand what is what, right? Without looking any code, right? So that is the concept. But also remember that these are not rules; these are conventions. You can make this even I mean, this is class, right? So you can also make it as a package or as a variable name. No one will block you. You can do that, but that if you do that, you are not following the Java convention, right? So okay, I think
And if
we have
somebody,
covered a lot.
I see your point. So if someone else reviewing your code, they would know.
Exactly, excellent example. When someone reviewing your code, they will know that what is what. It's very easy to understand. If you let me write it down here so that you can review that later. So these are the example of variable. These are the example of package, and this is an example of class, right? So we know how variable works. We know some naming convention. Let me write it here. Naming convention, and we know the combination of like this kind of variable. It can be like that, and so this is invalid, right? This is invalid, and this is also invalid. Except that everything is valid. Yes. Okay, this is invalid. Okay. All right. So we know expression statement. We know declaration statement. We know how to declare those. We know how to make these two in a single line, and we have learned how to write variable. We have learned the convention of writing packages, classes, and variable. Yes. So basically, so do you want me to show any other, or we should recap? I think I should not show you any other new things. I will take some questions. We have 15 minutes left. If you guys have any question, I can take and I can answer, or I can explain more about this. Yes.
So, I just have a question. Can you go? Okay, where it says primitive type, where it says 8-bit, 16-bit, that means like those are the ones. That's how much you could take up to. Is that what it is?
Do you mind to repeat the question, please?
So, after the Java types, primitive types, how you have byte equal to 8 bits and short equals to 16 bits. What do they represent?
Okay, so this okay, I am explaining you in short, but you don't have to go that far. So because this is part of the assembly language or the coding thing. So 8-bit means so binary number started from 0 and ended in 1. So basically in decimal we have 0 to 9, we have 10 digits, but in binary there are only 2 digits, 0 and 1. So when you declare a variable with type byte, so it allocates a memory location in your RAM with the size of 8 bit. So inside of 8 bit, right? So you have 8 bits, right? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay, 8 bit, right? So you have 8 bit here. So what is the maximum number it can take? What is the maximum binary number it can hold? So the answer will be we have 8, right? So it's 2 to the power 7. 2 to the power 7. Here it will be 2 to the power 15. So this number is equivalent to 127. So it can take up to 127 number. I believe is 256. I believe is 256. So you can store the combination of 256 numbers inside of this memory location, right? So here byte 8 bit is 127, right? So if I go to Eclipse now, what is my Eclipse? If I go to Eclipse now and if I try to declare a byte variable, let's say byte equal, can I write byte equal 100? Yes or no? Selena, you can tell me. Can I write byte
Yes.
b equal
Yes.
100? Yes.
Yes.
Why yes? Why you can keep 100 inside of this variable?
Because when you say 2 to the power of 7, it's including inside there, so it's lower than that.
Oh, exactly. So can I keep minus 100?
Yes.
Yes, because that is still we are following this, right? 128 to 127. So how about 128? Can I keep 128?
Yes, up to 128.
No, it was up to 127, right?
Yes, that's so you can go to 128. I thought it was, but it says negative 128 on the thing.
Okay, so negative 128 to positive 127, right? So I cannot go beyond that number. So if I take off the comment now, I will get error because I'm trying to keep bigger number than it can hold. This variable cannot hold a number more than 127. So that's the reason. Now if we definitely need to keep 128, what we should do?
Change it to bigger number. What's the next one on the list?
It should be what?
You can change it to short.
Exactly. Excellent. So now if I change it to short, now it can handle that number. It can store that number inside of this B variable because the data type of B is now short, and short can keep much more bigger number than the byte. The complete list can be found here if you in the Oracle documentation. So Java primitive type. If you go Java primitive type, it will have a list. So here in this list, so for byte, it can hold from 128 to 127. Short can take number from 32,768 to 32,767, right? And int is 2 to the power 31 minus 1. Up to this number you can hold. So you have the list of everything, right? Yes. I am giving this URL inside of this node so that you have some node right here, right? So did I answer your question? Selena, did I answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Any other questions from anyone else? So, brother Shaun, brother Halal, brother Amit.
No, so far so good.
Okay. Yes, we have 8 more minutes. I can answer some more questions.
I'm okay.
I don't have any questions. We can wrap up.
Okay, everyone good with that?
Okay with it.
Yeah, I think we should
Okay.
be fine. Thank you.
Okay, so what I want you to know after this session, from here, int is important, float, double is important, char, boolean, and string. So here, there are 8, right? But you will not see all of them often. So here, important is int. Let me write it down. Important is int, and then double, and then char, boolean, and string. So these are important to remember. Just play with those. Just declare some data in your IDE. Just write some code and print those values in the console. And second is remember the hello world, right? So hello world program. You should be able to write hello world program within 1 to 2 minutes, like 1 to 3. Right? Without looking any reference, you should be able to write the hello world program. That you have to remember. So just practice these two and declare some variable like this and print those on the console, and you will be fine for the next session. Okay. All right. So if we don't have any other question, we can wrap the session, and I'll see you guys again on next Tuesday, inshallah.
Alam.
Thank you, Arfan.
Yes.
Yeah, can I share my screen? I think I made a mistake.
So you want to share your screen?
Yeah, just for a second.
Oh, sure. Is a Shaun, right?
Yeah.
Make presenter. All right.
Can I see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
I was about to close the program, but I think I closed the left side option. You know, where's the my?
Okay, you are having the same problem that.
Oh, let me answer. Yeah, let me answer. Can I try at least to answer?
Sure.
Click on window.
Click window. Okay.
Okay. Click on appearance, I guess. No,
no,
navigation.
Navigation.
No, show view. Sorry.
Okay. Any other thing left?
Click on Project Explorer.
Project.
Go down some more.
Okay.
Click on that. Let me see if it works. No. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, bro. All right.
Any other concerns, Shaun?
No, that's all for tonight.
Okay. All right. If no one has any other questions, then I will post the Blackboard note shortly in the. We'll upload on the Google Drive, and we'll let you know throughout the chat. All right. So see you guys on next Tuesday, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Have a good night.
All right.
Take care.
You too. Bye.